Welcome to the video on research and public policy, focusing on conceptual understanding of research methodology, brought to you by the 3rd MCMC, BCSA Quetta. This video will cover research orientation, including its role in policy and practice, and the research process. We'll also examine research methodology, focusing on qualitative and quantitative research and case studies. Finally, we'll discuss policy analysis papers and policy briefs, covering structure, avoiding plagiarism and citation. Why is research important for practitioners? The goal is to promote a deeper understanding and greater utility of research-based evidence in public sector management and the policy process. You should understand the research process and be able to evaluate the quality of data and evidence for decision-making. Research provides valuable insights. For example, studies by the Pakistan Institute of Development Economics and the British Council reveal significant national trends through extensive surveys and interviews. Research skills will enable you to plan, design, and conduct policy research. You will learn to evaluate the quality and utility of results and raise valid questions about the research process and policy implications, enhancing your personal and professional effectiveness in public policy decisions. What is research? Research is a systematic collection, analysis, and presentation of information to establish facts and generate new knowledge. It involves a careful and detailed investigation into a specific problem or issue using an appropriate research method. The process of data processing leads to decision-making, moving from raw data to information, facts, knowledge, and ultimately wisdom. Each step increases the level of exactness and improves decision-making, addressing complex issues like poverty. Policy research aims to provide evidence and answers that contribute to the improvement of policy and the policy-making process. This research focuses on finding solutions and improving practices by offering pragmatic, action-oriented recommendations to decision-makers. The research policy gap refers to the disconnect between researchers and policymakers managing different stages of the policy process. This often involves issues with making findings accessible or resistance to policy reform. The research process involves 5 main stages: planning research, research design, data collection, data analysis, and writing research. Each stage has specific components, from defining the research idea to disseminating the final findings. Research methods include quantitative research, qualitative research, mixed methods research, and case study research. The choice of method depends on the research question and context. Studying research methods is important as it makes you aware of the range of methods for collecting and analyzing data. It provides awareness of the do's and don'ts and insights into the overall research process. Furthermore, studying research methods provides a critical awareness of what constitutes good quality research and equips you with necessary skills like sampling, questionnaire design, fieldwork, and interviewing. The selection of research methods depends on the questions and scope, including considerations like the problem under examination, understanding the policy sector, time, source of knowledge, and ethical considerations. A research question is an explicit statement of purpose for exploration, typically used in qualitative research. A hypothesis is a formal statement predicting the relationship between variables, generally for quantitative research. The central research question guides the entire research process, linking scope, literature review, methods, data collection, analysis, conclusion, and policy implications. Quantitative research focuses on numbers, theory testing, and generalization in artificial settings. Qualitative research uses words and language, focusing on emerging theory, contextual understanding, observation, and micro-level issues in natural environments. Quantitative and qualitative approaches are contrasting but complementary. Quantitative strategies are useful for investigating policy status at a macro level, while qualitative strategies are suitable for studying human behavior and complexities at a micro level. Mixed methods research combines quantitative and qualitative approaches within a single strategy. While increasingly popular, it is essential that the data and findings from both methods mutually illuminate the research problem. Mixed methods research leverages the strengths of both qualitative and quantitative approaches, helping businesses understand consumer habits, uncovering motivations, and generating generalized data from large populations. Case study research involves a detailed, intensive, and context-specific analysis of a single case. The main objective is to develop a full understanding of the case by providing multiple perspectives rooted in a specific context. The case study design is structured around the context, not just sample cases. The subject could be a person, policy, project, process, institution, or organizational context, with a focus on specific details. Policy papers are policy-focused, dealing with a single issue for a general audience. Research papers are technical reports for specialized audiences. Working papers contain preliminary findings, and research articles are peer-reviewed original research. A policy analysis paper structure includes preliminary matter, introduction, policy analysis, conclusion, recommendations, and references. This includes defining the problem, analyzing options like SWOT, and providing actionable suggestions. A policy brief aims to improve understanding and provide evidence-based policy advice for a non-specialized audience. It focuses on specific policy initiatives using easy language. Knowledge briefs and policy viewpoints are generally more technical. The structure of a policy brief covers the introduction, purpose, policy analysis, recommendations, and references. It includes an overview of the issue, clear objectives, critical analysis with evidence, and proposed policy alternatives. Avoiding plagiarism is crucial, as it is considered intellectual theft. You must not copy-paste published material without proper acknowledgement. Ensure you paraphrase or correctly cite and reference all borrowed ideas and thoughts. Proper citation, referencing, and bibliography are necessary parts of academic writing. Online support for specific styles, such as APA style, is often available to help ensure accuracy. You can find detailed, open-source guidelines for policy research methods, including a step-by-step guide for students and practitioners, on the PIDROSTA website. Sources for research ideas can come from various places, including advisors, colleagues, conferences, and seminars. These discussions can spark potential research topics. To select a research topic, first select an area of interest, then narrow it down. Read relevant literature, understand central ideas, write down pros and cons, seek expert advice, and then finalize your topic. When selecting your research topic, consider if you can complete it within the given time and if the data is readily available. Also, assess if you possess the necessary skills, if it's significant to stakeholders, and if the topic is truly researchable.
Thank you for watching this video on research and public policy.